I mean, I like to talk to y'all when y'all come. I only get to see you once a month or so when you come, so it's always good to sit and chat. Welcome to Normandy Music Night, and thank you for coming out in this heat. Hopefully it's going to be a little cooler in here than it is out there. And I'm sorry about the hamburger supper. I was not notified till this week when I got ready to send the letter out that we weren't having a hamburger supper. So sorry about that, but we need to pray for David Templeton. Apparently he's fairly ill, and he was the one that was going to host the hamburger supper for us. But I will tell you this, that little River Cafe right there on the main street of Normandy, you got to go check that out. That is some good eats. That's a great place to stop on Friday night before Normandy for sure. That's what we did anyway. So anyway, thank you for coming, and we have a great artist here tonight. Miss Kim Parent has come to join us, and Kim has waited a long time to come and join us. She had some problems last year getting with us, and then I was out of town a lot, and she had to cancel, and then I just did my hiatus for a couple of months, so we were glad it could work out for Kim to come back. So let's welcome Kim Parent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Mary. I will admit it, I'm a little nervous. I did this years ago, but I haven't done it in a long time, just singing and playing. But thank you, Mary and Ed, both for getting me out here. And I just want to tell you real quick, this is an experiment. You're being experimented on tonight. I tried to get some other people to come out and share the night with me, and because I'm going on to Atlanta to do another one tomorrow night, people didn't want to take their own car because the gas money and times are tight and everything. So I was out to lunch with an old friend of mine the other day who was a cop when I met him, a policeman, turned himself into a defense lawyer, and then from there ended up being a part-time judge for the state. So it's pretty impressive. And he was telling me about what he's been doing. I haven't seen him in like 15 years. And I have just finished the Brooks and Dunn tour as a background vocalist. And he's like, so what are you doing? And I was like, well, occasionally I do a gig here, and I'm driving out to Normandy on Friday, but it just felt so not official, the way his life, his journey. And I was on the phone with a girlfriend of mine a little bit later that day, and I told her about the story, and she said, Kim, you're being an artist. You're being an artist. That's, he's in the corporate or whatever world that is, and you're in the artist world. And I was like, okay, maybe that's how I'll move my way through 90 minutes, and I promise I'll try not to, wear you guys out with too much. But I didn't want to sing all night long, and Ed and I both agreed I don't want to tell stories all night long. So I'm going to pick my guitar up, but I actually brought some props, and we'll just see how this goes. Like I said, you're being experimented on, and feedback is totally welcome. But not tonight. Tomorrow, an email, a nicely worded email. Okay. So to begin my journey, going way back, playing songs in my backyard. I grew up in New Jersey. Can't hold it against me, it's not my fault. And just to give you an example of the type of simple stuff that I enjoyed playing when I was a kid. Neil Young was one of my favorite artists. When you were young and on your own, how did it feel to be alone? I was always thinking of games that I was playing, trying to make the best of my time, but only love can break your heart. Try to be sure right from the start. Yes, only love can break your heart. What if your world should fall apart? I have a friend I know He hides his head inside a dream. Someone should call him and see if he can come out and try to lose the doubt that he's found. But only love can break your heart. Try to be sure right from the start. Yes, only love can break your heart. What if your world should fall apart? I'm just playing that. So that's the kind of song that I would soothe myself with in the backyard when I was a kid. And when I was thinking about this chronological, display of the history of my life in music, I all of a sudden realized that the very first song that I wrote once I moved to Nashville really borrowed from that song of Neil Young's, which always used to be one of my favorites. So this is the first official Kim song you're going to hear tonight. It's called I Don't Feel Single. And I had, trying to find the right gauge pick here. I had moved down here from Jersey, leaving a very serious relationship. And this is basically how I felt for about 2 years. It was tough. Let's see. I wrote this one with George Taryn. He's gone on to have a lot of big hits, and I didn't do the research, so I can't give you any titles, but a good friend of mine too. I don't want to flirt, I don't want to dance, or have someone buy me a beer. I came out with the girls looking for some romance, and now I'm not sure why I'm even here. Oh, I don't feel single tonight, just a whole lot of lonely and a little bit shy. You're still in my heart, though you're out of my life. Oh, and I don't feel single tonight. There's a mark on my finger where your ring used to go, a constant reminder of you. Yeah, your memory lingers like some sweet cologne, so it's hard to get close to somebody new. Oh, I don't feel single tonight, just a whole lot of lonely and a little bit shy. You're still in my heart, though you're out of my life. Oh, and I don't feel single tonight. I keep my chin up, and I came here dressed up, and I'm letting go of the past. But right now I can't help feeling sorry for myself, though everyone tells me this feeling won't last. Oh, I don't feel and a little bit shy. You're still in my heart, though you're out of my life. Oh, and I don't feel single tonight. I don't feel single tonight. Boy, y'all are so quiet. When I was cutting my teeth as a young singer-songwriter, I wasn't writing yet, but I was playing in bars in New Jersey, and nobody was quiet. I mean, even the quiet people were not quiet, so I'm telling you. But this is another song. My next door neighbor, Jimmy Stahl, taught me this one on the front porch of my front stairs. I remember it like it was yesterday. I might have been 12 or 13, but I'll just give you a little piece of it, and then I'll play the song of mine that reminds me of it. Come down on your own and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Your body holds the key. Now I'm near the end and I just ain't got time. And I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. Well, that's a real early Stevie Winwood song. How many people remember kind of this? Okay. Cool. Anyway, I played that over and over again in the Boatyard Pub in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. And it was very close to a sailor. There's some kind of Navy base or something real secretive. There's a Navy road that you can't drive on. It's a straight shot between. Yeah, that's right. And it goes straight from like the ocean or the Raritan Bay, which is right by New York City, straight to, I don't know, like a long way. And if you got caught driving on that thing, you were in trouble. Anyway, so fast forward, years later, I was in touch with someone who did advertising for Wendy's, you know, Wendy's late night burgers and chili and stuff. It was after 9/11, and nobody was leaving their houses. Everybody was so upset, like I was, and they said, we need some kind of a jingle, we need to get people out. We're keeping the restaurant open late, so can you write something to that effect? Now, they didn't end up using the song, and it was much shorter. They're only supposed to be 60 seconds long. But I liked this so much, I felt like I was writing a love song to the United States. I mean, we were so we were just so hurt. So anyway, this is called Shimmy. Shimmy up next to me now, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. I'm taking us for a ride, and maybe we'll chase some dream tonight. Look at that moon in a velvet sky. Don't you love this American life? Shimmy up next to me now, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. It wasn't that long ago, no, darling, when dark clouds came rolling in. We took an unexpected blow. It was hard and we lost our innocence, but we can take it back if we focus our minds on what's good in this world and happier times. Shimmy up next to me now, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. Ooh, it's like being born again with you so close to me. Yeah, starry-eyed, warm summer wind and the open road. Shimmy up next to me now, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. We're getting back on our feet here lately. The feeling's strong tonight, and it's gonna last like a distant star. Our flame might flicker, but it's always here in our hearts. Yeah, yeah. Shimmy up next to me now, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. Shimmy, ooh. Thank you.
Yeah, nothing rhymes with Wendy's in that song.
I know. They didn't want the title. They did not want the word Wendy's. It was very odd, I thought. It's like there's new style jingles now. They're supposed to be cooler or something. I don't know. There we go. I promise you don't want to hear me trying to tune by ear. It'll take all night.
Two guitar, one tune to drop D and one tune.
You know, I was going to do that, but it was so hot today. I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were going to go straight from rainy, crappy weather straight into like nasty summer. I knew it. Okay, so if you'll just humor me, once I get to the second half, I'll be doing a few more songs probably. But I was up in New Jersey, wanting to find a career, couldn't get arrested. I was in and out of New York, and it was like when I would go into New York to do gigs, I would load everything out of my car, everything out of the trunk, everything out of the glove compartment, pull the radio out. You know, it was one of those removable sleeves. And then when you park, you left your glove compartment open so that the thieves wouldn't bother breaking your glass to see that you had nothing. It was crazy. And I had a big showcase, you know, and these people were supposed to show up, and I was in the basement of CBGB's. And I was like, oh, isn't that cool? They had these big stones. I mean, it's a really old building, and it's part of the foundation. And it looked like there was velvet around the stones. And we were there early for sound check, so the full lighting system wasn't up yet. And when they turned the lights on, it was mold in the ladies' room, and I suppose the men's room too. And that was it. That was it. I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm done. I'm done trying to conquer New York, you know, in the news. That wasn't me. You know? I was like, I need to move to Nashville. So I just, you know, what people do, they just throw tapes around and just make phone calls and kind of luck your way into meetings and stuff, and I ended up getting a gig at the Bluebird, and I didn't know that it was, you know, prestigious, and which is a good thing because I would have been way too nervous. But I showed up to the Bluebird in Nashville. My dad drove me there he lives in North Carolina. I showed up in like 80s clothes with big chains and rock and roll, and I was swearing like a sailor, and you know, I mean, I had no idea, and I didn't get a record deal, but I did end up getting demo work. I went back to New Jersey, and you know, I said, well, I guess I didn't go over, and my phone started ringing. People wanted me to sing their demos, but I'm jumping ahead of myself. But anyway, this is one of the songs that I probably did at the Bluebird. This is probably the earliest song of mine that I'll play for you tonight, and most of them don't really hold up for one reason or another, but I'm still kind of fond of this one. I just have to take a sip of water really quick. There's a myriad of colors painted on the sky, and 1,000 untold stories in your eyes, where the river meets the ocean. It's an ever-changing tide, a stormy place where no bird could fly. Sometimes they ask me to stay, sometimes they push me away. Your green eyes that shine touch me every time. Take a look at what's inside. How can you expect to hide when you're standing on the edge of so much pleasure? I'm so glad to have you here. Let me whisper in your ear. If we give away this chance, it's gone forever. Sometimes they ask me to stay, sometimes they push me away. Your green eyes that shine touch me every time. Your green eyes that shine so far away from mine. If I could find an open doorway, if I could get behind the wall and tear down the fortress of your lies and save the little boy inside and never ever learn to cry. Your green eyes that shine so far away from mine. And the only comment I would make about that song is that I was just refreshing it to myself, like for the past couple of weeks, anticipating coming out here, and I was like, I used to listen to a lot of Joni Mitchell, and I think that just sort of borrows on the whole Joni Mitchell thing. Made me kind of nostalgic, actually, for those early Joni Mitchell records and stuff. Really got to date myself and pull them out and make CDs for the car, Okay, so just gonna have a little fun with a prop. I started singing when I was at college, and I was in kind of a popular band that you will not hear any recordings of because we didn't know what we were doing. But we did make an album, and I mean album. And I'll pass it around. The Parent Johnson Band, my partner's Lisa Johnson, and we're still really good friends. She's out in the West Coast doing the singer-songwriter thing. And I think there's two things that are funny about this album. First of all, we called it Side 1 because we only had enough money to press once. And second of all, I thought that the picture on the back of me was a good picture. So those are the two funny things about this. You can just have fun with that. But doesn't ever need to be played. You know, it's a better prop just for looking at. But so anyway, that gets me down. I went from college back to New Jersey, got beat up for a while, just artistically not satisfied, and moved to Nashville. So Nashville, when I moved down to Nashville, it was 1993. It was a bit different than it is now. There was a lot more companies. There was a lot more money coming in. There was a lot more radio stations. I mean, it was fat. It was growing. You know, rather than now, it's all economical, and the salaries are small, or there's no salary at all, and you just get demo support if you're a writer. But anyway, that would be around 1993, and I was writing for a company named Zomba Music, and Shania Twain and Mutt Lange came out of that. It was funded by some South African company and stuff. Anyway, I'll play something that I wrote maybe the second year I was there. It's called Till I Kissed That Cowboy. And my co-writer, Terry Burns, back in the day, all the buildings were still little houses on Music Row. Now a lot of them are just big brick, and you probably all know this anyway. You're probably all in the music business or have relatives that are. Anyway, they were all just little houses, and it was really easy to kind of sneak around the halls and listen to what your bosses were doing and what they were saying and what they were listening to. And when we handed this song in, supposedly she was listening outside, and she said they clapped and screamed, and they were terribly excited about it. So that was fun. We never got it cut, but that was fun. I've seen a lot of places in this big old world. There isn't much that could surprise this city girl. I've wined and dined with champagne, roses, limos at the door. But living in the fast lane only left me wanting more. I never felt the rushing of the Rio Grande, or understood the mystery of the desert sand. Nobody's tender whisper could make me shy and coy, until the starry night I kissed that cowboy. I still hear that Spanish music from that saloon in San Antone, and him asking, pardon me, but are you here alone? When he put his hat upon his harp and looked me in the eye. I knew I'd found the perfect gentleman with the wild side. I never felt the rushing of the Rio Grande, or understood the mystery of the desert sand. Nobody's tender whisper could make me shy and coy, until the starry night I kissed that cowboy. Woo! Not a true story. Under that big sky, he walked me to my door. The moon had never cast a spell like that before. I just closed my eyes, made a little wish, felt his arms pull me close as he gave me a, and I felt the rushing of a Rio Grande, and understood the mystery of the desert sand. Nobody's tender whisper could make me shy and coy, until the starry night I kissed that cowboy. Until the starry night I kissed that cowboy. Until the starry night I kissed that cowboy. See, that's a good one, right? It's really easy after time goes by. It's really easy to know which songs of yours are the good ones, because they're easier to remember the lyric. They're easier to relearn. You know, if you hadn't played it in 5 years, you just listen to it once and oh yeah, I know how that goes. So I like having a little time between, because when I was in the trenches writing every day, it was really hard to tell. You loved every single song you wrote for at least 48 hours. And then the hate set in, and then the rejection, and then nobody put it on hold, you know. But the good ones just kind of stay floated to the top, so. Maybe Mandy Barnett, I don't know who, people aren't singing, you know, those kind of, like Leanne Rimes when she came out, I was so excited because it was traditional, and then she switched. She moved right over into that pop. I guess it's about money, right? Okay. So this next one, this one is kind of a true story for me. I was very taken with the whole Southern culture, and I still am. I love it. Oh, I couldn't live without it. So this is, I was sitting out on the back deck of the second floor of Zamba Music, and the moon was bigger than I'd ever seen in my life. And this one just kind of fell out. And I didn't know if it was finished. It pretty much, this whole bit came out all at once, and I figured it wasn't finished. And I just, you know, sometimes you just have to wait and let them finish in your brain, or I don't know what happens. You just take a stab at it a couple weeks later, and oh, okay, here comes the bridge now. But I took it in and played it for one of the pluggers, and he said, don't do anything, don't add anything to it, don't change it, I want to take it straight to Winona. So it's, like I said, it's really hard to judge your own work, at least when you're new in the biz like I was. There's a moon out tonight, calling my name, making it hard to think. There's a moon out tonight, pushing me close to the brink. It's a warm night in October and my fever's running high. There's voodoo in the silver that lights up the sky. There's a moon out tonight, driving me out of my mind. I'm in sweet Tennessee, falling in love again, losing control of my heart. I've been weak in the knees from these soft-spoken men, no match for that old southern charm. The stars shine like diamonds and the leaves are rustling around. It's a witchy kind of magic in this dusty little town. There's a moon out tonight, driving me out of my mind. Oh, not long ago I was searching high and low for that something missing in my life. Now good fortune has cursed me. Lord have mercy, never knew love could hurt me this way. Not long ago I was searching high and low for that something that was missing in my life. Now good fortune has cursed me. Lord have mercy, never knew love could hurt me this way. There's a moon out tonight, calling my name, driving me out of my mind. There's a moon out tonight. There's a moon out tonight. I think y'all are missing like a couple of ceiling fans in here, maybe? Is that not allowed in a church? I had a little bit of an issue. I had my GPS, you know, Center Street or whatever, 3 churches. I was like, uh-oh, I can't remember. Was it Baptist? Was it Methodist? Anyway, I have to see if I've left out any props. I don't want you to miss out on any of my other props here. What else have I got? Okay, good. I promise it's not nearly as interesting as I hoped, but so I had a publishing deal, and then I had I had a publishing deal for 3 years, and I had a record deal with RCA that didn't pan out. And my story is a very typical one, and I'm not trying to act like it's anything special. It's just the road of the life of an artist. And there's a lot of us in Nashville that had record deals that got so far and then didn't know farther. And I have considered myself lucky that I didn't get as close to the flame as some folks do, where they have one song, let's say, that gets on the radio. And so, you know, when you've gotten that far, and then you're starting to get, if you wrote it, you're starting to see money in the mail, and you're touring, and you might be opening for a very big act, and it gets very exciting. And to get that close to maybe having a career take off and then have the career not happen, I know is a lot more painful, because I've seen a lot of people go through it. So, I don't know, am I making lemons out of lemonade? I just feel like I was kind of spared that awful heartache. When I got dropped from RCA Records, and then I got one more year with Zomba, and then they let me go. That's what happens if you don't take off as an artist. They have to let you go and try to give somebody else a chance. But in the meantime, I'd written some great songs with their help and everything. And this next song would sort of lead me into a group. I joined a group after being a solo artist, and we ended up getting a record deal. And this was one of our centerpiece songs, if you will. I run around like a fool sometimes, racing the clock, chasing nickels and dimes. I lose my smile, and by the end of the day, I'm wondering why I keep living this way. Then I return to simpler things, like the sound of rain or my love whispering. And that's when I feel real peace in my heart. That's when I feel real peace in my heart. My baby's breathing right by my side, and he touches my heart with an innocent smile. The porch light glows and the traffic dies down. There's a long lazy night before the sun comes around. All my troubles melt away if I count my blessings at the end of each day. That's when I feel real peace in my heart. That's when I feel real peace in my heart. Peace in my heart, peace in my heart, peace in my heart. Oh, all my troubles melt away if I count my blessings at the end of each day. That's when I feel real peace in my heart. That's when I feel real peace in my heart. Ooh, yeah. That's when I feel real peace in Oh, yeah, isn't she great?
Yeah, they're going,
Yeah, when the day, Ellen Britton is my co-writer on that, and the day we wrote it, you know, it's all about being all peaceful and stuff. We were sitting in her kitchen, this was years ago, and her kids were running around the table. You know, running around. And, how did that song come out of that environment? I cannot say. Anyway, the group that I ended up in, this has been in the garage for years, up on the wall, but that's the Janglers. And,
Cafe Milano.
yep. That was a great gig. That was a great time. That's Marcia. She's been here.
She's been here.
She's amazing. And oh, I could tell you a little fun gossip about her if you want to know. No, I mean it's good. It's not gossip. And that's Jim Kimball. He is an amazing writer, guitar player. He's been touring with Reba McEntire. So we were all kind of incubating in this little group together, and then we're just great friends, and you know, you just make your way in the music business. You know, you just go where you're called, and that was a really fun time. I take really good care of yeah, just throwing the props around, you know. Bring the watermelons out right now. Remember that guy with the sledgehammers? Anyway, I was going to play you a little piece of the Janglers record, but it's a really good little record, but actually I'm kind of buzzing through the time here, so I won't do that. So that brings me into, let me think now, Janglers. Okay, the Janglers we were working with Sony Tree, didn't get a deal, and we eventually disbanded, and that's when all three of us started doing background, like support work. And I started working for Byron Gallimore, which he's produced like Tim and Faith and Jessica Andrews and Jody Messina, and it was totally bizarre. It was a God thing, like everything else, I guess. But I didn't want to be doing it, but the money was so good. He was hiring me to sing on all these records, and it like hurt my feelings. How weird is that? So I had like a stack of bills for my songwriting efforts because nobody was supporting me anymore. You know, I owed County Q like $4,000, and then I'd go sing for other people, and I'd make $4,000 in 2 days. I was like, let me see, which one of these piles? So my efforts at songwriting kind of, you know, once my direction changed a little bit, I didn't write as much. But I did still come up with some good stuff. I just don't have as many things to pick from. But this next song I wrote with Steve Fox. He's a Canadian, and it's been cut like 3 times. I've dribbled bits of money have been dribbled in, mostly Canadian artists. I just have a couple that I have 3 songs that have been. That's what I was saying earlier about when you know you have a really good one, it'll get cut, you know, more than once. Okay, that'll work. This one's called One Mississippi. Hey cowboy, where you been? Running all night with the Indians, chasing down the buffalo, winning first round in the rodeo. Hidey, 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 let me help you think of a believable lie. Hidey, hidey, hey, if you like games, then we're gonna play. One Mississippi, I'll count to 3. 2 Mississippi, 'cause you lied to me and sold me down the river for the price of a song. When I open my eyes, you better be gone. Monkey see, monkey do, I can tell a lie just as good as you. I think that we'll get over over this. What's the harm in a stranger's kiss? Hidey, hidey, hide. If you got to say something, just say goodbye. Hidey, hidey, ho. On your horse and away you go. One Mississippi, I'll count to 3. 2 Mississippi, 'cause you lied to me and sold me down the river for the price of a song. When I open my eyes, better be gone, 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 gone. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. When I open my eyes, you better be out of sight, out of mind. Really messed it up this time long. Long gone, long gone. Oh, oh, 'cause you sold me down the river. When I open my eyes, ooh, one Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, you lied to me, sold me down the river. When I open my eyes, one Mississippi. Thank you. That was fun, but you know, it takes a lot of energy to do those up tempos. I need at least like a bass player or something. Okay, I was worried about filling 90 minutes, but got an hour in. Okay, so does anybody know the name Don Goodman? He's a really talented, gifted writer in Nashville, known for his poetic lyric sensibility, and he signed me to a publishing deal a few years after all that other stuff happened. And this is one of my favorites. I got to write with him a bit. Everyone has, sorry, I gotta raise the key, sorry. I was a little worried about that. Here we go. Everyone has someone they long to hold, they die to live for, they die to know. I do too. I've got you. My imagination's working overtime, hanging pictures of you in these dreams of mine. I watch you from afar, a silent prayer in my heart that someday I'll hold you close, kiss your lips, and in your eyes I'll see love's glow, and I'll cease to wonder. I'll know. Today we were talking, and I made you laugh. Before I could find the words, the moment had passed. Oh, so close, touch and go. Now I'm lying here wide awake, wondering how much longer will it take. I watch you from afar, a silent prayer in my heart someday I'll hold you close, kiss your lips, and in your eyes I'll see love's flow, and I'll cease to wonder. I'll know. I'll know. I brought 3 different CDs with me tonight to sell. The first one is sort of a memoriam to the years that I wrote writing hard. I mean, I picked all my favorite songs that I'd written over a, 8-year period and made recordings of them, and it just about killed me. And it took me 3 years, and it cost way too much money. And then I didn't make another one until this winter. That was maybe 05 or something. Yeah, this winter I made, it's more of an artist. I only wrote 2 out of the 7, and it's like a focus that I'll show you in a couple songs from now, the focus of it. And I also have a praise and worship CD. I didn't get very far with the praise and worship project. It was in my heart so strong. But 2 things were started happening. This is the era of the plaques, okay? And the records that I had been singing on were starting to do well, the Faith Hill records and the Jody Messina records and Jessica Andrews and stuff. And so these wonderful things started showing up at my door. Enter, let me see, plaques like this. Ooh, isn't that great? This UPS guy showed up when, all I did was show up for work that day. And, 8 months later, because her records were doing so well, I just thought that was so neat. I hung that up in my office. And most artists won't go to this trouble. They won't be as great as this. But it just meant a lot to me that she bothered to send these out. I also got invited right about this time period to consider working with Brooks and Dunn. And the first time they asked me, they wanted me to go on the road, and I was all in this like real churchy praise and worship, and I'd never been on the road, and I was newly married, and I was like, no thanks. I said no the first time they asked me. And I was in a really wonderful creative period, and this is kind of embarrassing, but I was dabbling around with oil paints. And if I ever do this kind of presentation again, I won't bring these paintings with me. But I'm going to show them to you because they're here, and what the heck, right? Well, this is a more recent one. Oh, I know, this is hilarious, right? This is a poor little baby that I scared. I snuck up and took a picture of it. I think I scared it by taking a picture of it, but I thought that was so neat. That was probably San Diego. But I had teachers. I didn't know what I was doing, but it was just, I've heard that like Guy Clark dabbles in painting, and we were at a watercolor museum. I think it's just a typical path of an artist where they don't only just do one medium, and I was just experimenting. And this lady, this was before I took any lessons. She had that baby in a tree during a flood in Mozambique. And I couldn't believe it. And I brought this to the class when I went to the class, and I asked the teacher, what can I do to fix this? And he said, leave it alone. He said, don't do anything else to it. Just keep it, save it. And, okay. Oh, sorry. And this was Mother Teresa's funeral. And what I didn't realize was painting faces is like the hardest thing. So don't start with faces if you want to learn how to be a painter. But I was in just a wonderful creative space and writing praise and worship music and stuff. And Brooks and Dunn said, "Do you want to come on tour?" And I said, "No." Crazy. But anyway, I want to play this one other song. It came out of that same time period. The Don Goodman time period, the oil painting time period. First thing every morning, you tell me that you love me and invite my soul to another great day. Then baby, I'm done in, you make it so easy. I surrender to your loving ways. No doubt in my mind that this love is real. In all your sweet devotion, you make me feel like I could climb to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, walk on hot coals in my bare feet. Yes, I could forget the past and believe in tomorrow. Ooh, baby, that's what you do for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember a time I would wake up lonely, try to draw my strength from an empty well. Now your love is like a river, it flows right to me, stronger than I've ever felt. If I never witness another sunrise, I've got all that I need there in your eyes, and I could climb to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, walk on hot coals in my bare feet. Yes, I could forget the past and believe in tomorrow. Ooh, baby, that's what you do for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. When we talk, when we laugh, at the touch of your hand, when you look in my eyes, I know you understand. I feel it all over again, and I could run to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, walk on hot coals in my bare feet. Yes, I could forget the past and believe in tomorrow. Oh, baby, that's what you do for me. I could run, I could dance, yeah, walk on hot coals, forget the past and believe in tomorrow. Oh, ooh, baby, that's what you do for me. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Well, so what happened once I got, I'll play a few more things that from the praise and worship stuff that you haven't heard yet, but once I went on the road with Brooks and Dunn, it was all the creative stuff out the window. No time, no energy. I mean, I always say it like this, it was the most challenging, difficult thing I've ever done, and it was the most fun I've ever had. Kind of maybe like having children. I've never had kids, but travel and wardrobe and lights and, you know, just kind of eyeballing how the other half lives, and once in a while a ride on the private jet, you know, and seeing the other private jets in the sky going over and wondering, well, who's in that one? You know, Donald Trump or, you know, some Asian guy or something. But that was part of the era of the plaques. I mean, we got like 2 or 3 of these a year, and there's nowhere to put them. I mean, it's a very kind gesture, but there's really nowhere to put them. But sure, yeah, put them up. And there was a lot of shenanigans on the road, as you might imagine. For example, one of the last gigs we did, he would kill me, by the way, if he knew I was. That's a picture of Kix Brooks when he was in, you know, I don't know, how old, 10 maybe? And this poster, which is like laminated, somebody spent some money on this. There was about 200 of them, and somebody had gone into his dressing room, I think it was like the Houston Rodeo, and they had plastered the entire wall with these goat rustling. Is there an inside joke? I don't know. It's some kind of bad thing, I guess, if you're a goat rustler. But so, you know, and so he had some people like start taking him down, you know, while we were working. But I made off with one. This is one of my favorite. I love this. Ronnie Dunn, I mean, he paid my salary for 6 years. They both did. But he truly is one of my favorite singers of all time. I mean, if you're listening to his records nowadays, you know, like him singing Boot Scoot Boogie or whatever, you're hearing his throat like 20 years ago. You're not hearing his he's like a mature tenor throat now. And I loved singing with that man. He's a legend, right? He's a living legend. Anyway, so right before that tour happened and my creativity kind of bubbled down, I was, like I said, I was doing some praise and worship. I was serving at the local church and stuff, and there's a big movement with non-denominational churches. I think it started, I don't know where it started. Atlanta has a really big one, and there's a big one in Texas. But I was leading worship here and there, and it was a blast. And let me see. Where are those songs? Oh, okay. I'll just do a couple. Okay. Purify me, Lord, everything I do. Form in me a heart prepared for you. Fill me with conviction. Give me eyes that see beyond this life I know, so I can be living with your grace more and more each day. Messiah, come into my life, into my soul. Messiah, come into my world. Let your will take hold. Messiah, come. Search me, Father, to the core. Help me yield to you. and truth and love. I stake my life on this. You are enough. Messiah, come into my life, into my soul. Messiah, come into my world. Your will take hold. Messiah, come, I will rejoice. My spirit sing. Messiah, come into my life, into my soul, yeah. Into my world, into my soul. Oh, man. Okay. Do we have time to do two more? Are we okay with that? All right. That's a tough choice, but I'll play one of the other ones that has been cut twice that I know of. Once by Jonelle Mosser. She's kind of an intriguing artist, yeah. And then once by a girl in the UK, and she made a big video and a big fuss. A couple years later, I got a check for like $80. Woohoo! Woo! Retire on that. Anyway, this song is kind of special to me. I mean, I enjoy singing it, but the fellow that I wrote it with had a stroke. He lives in Germany. I hadn't seen him in a number of years, and we wrote the song together, and then it got cut a few times, and he went back to live with his wife again, and he had a stroke, and I got this email from him like, oh, I don't know if you've heard, but I can't play my guitar, and I can't sing, and it's really hard to write, and my wife's had to take care of me 24/7. Well, that was 2.5 years ago, maybe, and he's just a little bit older than me. And he visited Nashville. They have a great health care system, I guess, in Germany. And it's not easy for him, but he's making his way around on a cane, and he's playing guitar again, and he's singing again. And when I do this song now, I think about his resilience. I mean, he loves music, and he wanted to rehab himself so that he could write more songs and play more songs and record more songs. He was in Nashville making another record. So I was just proud to know the guy, you know, and proud to see him again. Anyway, it's called Learn to Love. With no training wheels, you learn how it feels just to let go. Soon you're there in school, studying rules. What do you know? Keep opening doors, searching for more every day. Step by step, start to dance. Take your time, but take a chance and learn to love with all your heart. Let your spirit fly. Don't let a single moment get by without yearning, without learning to love friend, over and over again. Tears surely will come, rivers will run to overflowing. Oh, don't hide from the dream you've always seen. Yeah, keep it going. Oh, and if you feel small next to it all, you're not alone. Remember, there's nothing better than being alive, except sharing your world and sharing your life. So learn to love with all your heart. Let your spirit fly. Don't let a single moment get by without a yearning, without a learning to love endlessly. Never let the passion die. Don't let a single moment get by without a yearning, without a learning to love, my friend. Over and over again, you can have all you're dreaming of, but first you gotta learn to love. Whoa, 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 yeah. All your heart and all your soul and all your mind. Ooh. Now this is something from my very current project. I mean, I guess I would call it torch music. It was quite a time when she was young, not so long ago, when the boys, how they would come around for a chance to stroll that girl downtown. And she sure learned quick to dress on a dime and hold that fiery tongue and sip right through the cheap red wine. Those nights were the highlight of her lonely life, chasing the wind, not giving in, longing for love but losing again, chasing the wind, chasing the wind. She tried everything to fill that space, but nothing seemed to fit. A steady stream of tears and years and bars and broken cars, and no man could ever win her heart. Chasing the wind, not giving in, longing for love, losing again, chasing the wind, not giving in, longing for love, but losing room once the sun goes down, and her dreams coming through real soon. We'll see, I guess some folks are always meant to be chasing the wind, not giving in, longing for love, losing again, chasing the wind, not giving in, longing for love, losing again, chasing the wind, chasing the wind. Thank you so much. Sorry? Oh, I have 8 minutes? You know, I've got one more, but I really would love for you all to sing with me. It's a really simple chorus. Okay? Doesn't matter, does not matter how your singing voice is. And this one I don't have a recording on yet, but I've got to get one made.
Invite us to come. We'll sing with you.
What?
Just invite us, we'll come.
Oh.
We'll sing back up.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really was hoping to do this one. Okay. My husband and a really good friend of ours had written this song. The chorus is exactly like they wrote it, but the verse lyric was all about like a personal, like just a person's personal sad journey. And when I heard it, it was, 2 writers on it already. I was like, how would you guys feel if I rewrote the verse? But my idea was just to take right out of scripture. There's a poster at the YMCA that has all the terms that Jesus is or the Lord is referred to, and there's beautiful precious cornerstone and faithful witness and counselor. And I was like, can I just try sticking all these? And they were like, yeah, sure, because they weren't going to do anything with the song. So this is how it turned out. My dream would be to have it performed at our church. So we'll see. My hope and glory, lover of my soul, Heavenly Father, Savior, light of the world, counselor and friend, there to the end. Faithful Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Ed Hogue. I wanted to thank Ed because Ed, where did you find him?
Well,
Under a bridge.
I'm a Dan fanatic, Steve Dan, and
Yeah.
she's one of the background singers for Steve Dan cover band that Sean and I've been to see many times, and that's how I met her. So
We appreciate you
You're
coming out
welcome.
on Norman Music Night. Ed's brought us a couple of other artists, and they've always been great, so I appreciate that. I want to recognize that. And thank you all for coming out. Kim, what a fantastic show, and your story